Okay, so we are on live, Mataji. So when you're ready.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. दूरेण हावरं कर्म बुद्धियोग योगधनञ्जया बुद्धौ शरणम् अनिवच्छ कृपणः फलहेतवः.
Translation: O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service, and in that consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers.
बुद्धियुक्तो जता जहातीह उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते तस्माद्योगाय युजुस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reactions even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work.
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्धिविनिर्मुक्तः पदं गच्छन्ति अनामयम्.
Thus, engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages or devotees freed themselves from the results of work in the material world. In this way, they become free from the cycle of birth and death and attain the state beyond all miseries by going back to Godhead.
यदा ते मोहकलीलं बुद्धि अर्वतीतरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च.
When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard.
श्रुति विप्रपतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्याथि निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धिः तदा योगं वाप्स्यसि.
When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, and when it remains fixed in the trance of self realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness.
अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधितस्य स केशवः स्थितः धीः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम.
Arjuna said, O Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence? How does he speak and what is his language? How does he sit and how does he walk?
श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मैवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्य दोच्यते.
Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness.
दुःखेष्व अनुविघ्नमनः सुखेषु विज्ञतस्पृह वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितः धीरमुनिरुच्यते.
One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold miseries, or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger is called a sage of steady mind.
या सर्वत्राभिस्नेहसा तत्तत्प्रपया शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठता.
In the material world, one who is unaffected by whatever good or evil he may obtain, neither praising it uh, dis- nor despising it, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge.
यदा संहरते चायम कूर्मो अज्ञानीव सर्वसः इन्द्राणीन्द्रियार्थाय यार्थे अभ्यतस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठता.
One who is able to withdraw his senses from sense objects, as the tortoise draws its limbs within the shell, is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness.
विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽपयस्य परं दृष्टा निवर्तते.
Though the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste for sense objects remains, but ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness.
यततोऽपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपक्षितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः.
The senses are so strong and impetuous, O Arjuna, that they forcibly carry away the mind even of a man of discrimination who is endeavoring to control them.
तानि सर्वाणि संयम युक्त आसीत् मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्राणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
One who restrains his senses, keeping them under full control, and fixes his consciousness upon me, is known as a man of steady intelligence.
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषुपजायते सङ्गस्य सञ्जायते कामः क्रोधोऽभिजायते.
While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises.
क्रोधाद्भवति सम्मोहा सम्मोहातात्मस्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
There, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool.
राग द्वेष विमुक्तश्च तु विषयानेन्द्रियस्येचरान् आत्मा वसेर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादम् अधिगच्छति.
But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord.
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिर्रसोपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो हासु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते.
One thus satisfied in Krishna consciousness, The threefold miseries of material existence exist no longer. In such satisfied consciousness, one's intelligence is soon well established.
नास्ति बुद्धिर्युक्तस्न चायुक्तस्य भावना न च भावयतः शान्तिर् अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्.
One who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
इन्द्रियाणां हि चरितां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुरविभिवाम्भसि.
As a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence.
तस्माद्यस्य महाभावो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थे अभ्यस्य तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Therefore, O mighty arm, one whose senses are restrained from their objects is certainly of steady intelligence.
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुने.
What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-controlled, and the time of awakening for all being is night for the introspective sage.
अपुण्यमानम् अचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमपप्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् काम्यं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे सा शान्तिम् आप्नोति न कामकामी.
A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enters like rivers into the ocean, which is even so which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires.
विहाय कामान्य सर्वान् पुमां शजरति निःस्पृहा निर्ममो निरहङ्कार सा शान्तिम् अधिगच्छति.
A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense of proprietorship and is devoid of false ego, he alone can attain real peace.
एषा ब्रह्मी स्थितः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वायम् अन्तकाले अपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं मर्यच्छति.
That is the way of the spiritual and godly life, after attaining which a man is not bewildered. If one is thus situated, even at the hour of death, one can enter into the kingdom of God.
हरे कृष्णा. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
जय.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna mantra 3 times Mataji.
3 times पर प्रभु हरे कृष्णा मंत्र.
Yes Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे सांख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयाध्यायः। Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. So beautiful and divine recitations, Mataji. Very nicely recited. And Prabhavati Sachi Mataji as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, we got any devotees join. Okay, we shall move on to the next part. It is Japa session. So can I request any devotees to do Panchatattva mantra 3 times, and then we shall start the Japa. We got Gayatri Mataji and Hare Krishna Gayatri Mataji. Then Pranam Arlo Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for joining, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Should I do the Panchatattva, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Oh, Hare Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे,
Hare,
हरे
Hare
राम
Rama, Hare Rama,
राम
Rama
राम
Rama,
हरे हरे,
Hare Hare.
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna
हरे,
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare,
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Rama,
हरे,
Hare Rama, Rama
हरे
Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare Hare,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Krishna,
हरे,
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम हरे
Hare
हरे,
Rama,
हरे
Hare Rama,
कृष्ण
Rama Rama,
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
Hare Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
राम
Hare Hare, Hare
हरे
Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare Rama, Rama
हरे
Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे,
Hare, Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
हरे
Rama, Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे,
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
हरे हरे,
Krishna, Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare,
राम राम हरे हरे,
Hare
हरे
Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare Rama,
हरे
Rama
हरे,
Rama, Hare
हरे
Hare,
राम हरे राम
Hare
राम राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे,
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
हरे राम
Rama
हरे
Rama,
राम
Hare
राम राम
Hare,
हरे
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे हरे,
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare,
राम राम
Hare
राम हरे हरे,
Rama,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
कृष्ण
Rama
कृष्ण
Rama,
हरे,
Hare Hare,
हरे राम
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम राम
Ram
हरे
Ram,
Hare
हरे,
Hare
हरे
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
Krishna,
हरे
Hare,
हरे,
Hare
हरे
Ram,
Hare
Hare
राम
Ram,
Rama,
राम
Ram
राम
Hare
Ram,
राम
Ram,
हरे
Rama,
Hare
हरे,
Hare,
हरे
Rama
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
Hare,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
हरे
Hare,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare Rama,
राम
Rama
हरे
Rama,
राम
Hare
राम
Hare
Hare,
राम
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
हरे
Hare
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे,
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
हरे राम
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
राम
Rama,
राम हरे
Hare
हरे, हरे
Rama,
कृष्ण
Rama
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare,
हरे
Krishna
हरे,
Hare
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
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 Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे राम
Krishna
राम राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
Krishna,
हरे,
Hare
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare,
हरे,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
Ram,
हरे
Ram,
हरे,
Rama,
हरे
Hare
राम
Rama
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Rama,
Hare
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare,
हरे
Krishna,
हरे,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
Rama,
हरे
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
हरे राम
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
राम राम
Rama,
हरे
Hare
हरे, हरे
Ram,
Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
हरे
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Rama,
राम
Hare
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Ram,
हरे,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे,
Krishna,
हरे
Rama,
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Rama,
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama, Ram
Rama
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare
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 Ram Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Rama,
Hare
Hare Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Hare
जय
Hare
श्री
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
चैतन्य
Krishna
प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If anyone has not yet completed the japa round, kindly complete it behind. So meanwhile, we shall enter into the next part of our program. Um, it is the Kirtan evening. So today we are going to hear from Hemlata Mataji. Beautiful Kirtan. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Um, I wanted, to sing Sundar Lala Sachir Dulala, नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में. Lala or Bala, something like that.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
You want someone to do
Yeah,
accompany you?
if Gaurangi Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
yeah, are you okay to respond with this?
हाँ वो हो जाएगा माता जी.
अच्छा,
ठीक है.
ठीक है. Hare Krishna, I'll start now.
Yes, Mataji.
सुंदर बाला सची दुलाला नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में. सुंदर बाला सची
सचिरा
दुलाला नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में.
कीर्तन में.
रिपीट माता जी. सुंदर बाला
सचिरा दुलाला नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में.
भाले चंदन तिलक मनोहर. भाले चंदन तिलक मनोहर. अलका सोहे कपोलन में.
भाले चंदन तिलक मनोहर अलक शोभे कपोलन में.
भाले चंदन तिलक मनोहर भाले चंदन तिलक मनोहर अलका सोहे कपोलन में।
भाले चंदन तिलक मनोहर भाले चंदन तिलक मनोहर अलका शोभे कपुलन में।
सुंदर बाला सची दुलाला नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में।
सुंदर बाला सचिर दुलाला नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में।
शीरे चूड़ा दर्शी भाले शीरे चूड़ा दर्शी भाले वन फूल माला हिया पर डोले।
सिरे चूड़ा दरसी भाले सिरे चूड़ा दरसी भाले वन फूल माला हिया पर डोले वन फूल माला हिया पर डोले।
पहिरन पीत पीतांबर सोहे नूपुर रुन झुन चरणों में।
पहिरन पीता पीतांबर शोभे नूपुर रुनु झुनु चरण में।
सुंदर बाला सची दुलाला नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में।
सुंदर बाला सची दुलाला नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में।
सुंदर बाला सचिर दुलाला सुंदर बाला सचिर दुलाला।
सुंदर बाला सचिर दुलाला सुंदर बाला सचिर दुलाला।
सुंदर बाला सची दुलाला सुंदर बाला सची दुलाला सुंदर बाला सची दुलाला सुंदर बाला सची दुलाला नाचत श्री हरि कीर्तन में।
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 राधा कृष्ण एक तनु है निधिवन माझे वंशी बजाए।
राधा कृष्ण एक तनु है निधि बन माझे बंसी बजाए।
राधा कृष्ण एक तनु है निधिवन माझे वंशी बजाए।
राधा कृष्ण एक तनु है निधि बनमाझि बंसी बजाए।
स्वरूप की प्रभु जी साही, विश्वरूप की प्रभु जी साही, विश्वरूप
रूप की प्रभु जी साही, विश्वरूप की प्रभु जी साही।
आवत प्रकट ही नदियाँ में,
आवत प्रकट ही निधि बन में।
आवत प्रकट ही नदिया में,
आवत प्रकट ही नदिया में।
राधा कृष्ण एक तनु है, 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 निधिवन माझे वंशी बजाए।
राधा कृष्ण एक तनु है, निधि बन माझे बंसी बजाए।
कोई गावत है राधा कृष्ण नाम, कोई गावत है राधा कृष्ण नाम,
कोई गाता है राधा कृष्ण नाम, कोई गाता है राधा कृष्ण नाम।
कोई गावत है हरि गुण गान, कोई गावत है हरि गुण गान,
कोई गाता है हरि गुणगान, कोई गाता है हरि गुणगान।
कोई गावत है राधा कृष्ण नाम, कोई गावत है राधा कृष्ण नाम, कोई गावत है हरि गुण गान, कोई गावत है हरि गुण गान,
कोई गवत है राधा कृष्ण नाम, कोई गवत है राधा कृष्ण नाम, कोई गवत है हरि गुण गान, कोई गवत है हरि गुण गान।
मंगल तान मृदंग रसाला, बाजत है कोई रंगन में,
मंगलतन मृदंग रसाला, बाजता है कोई रंगन में।
मंगल तान मृदंग रसाला, बाजत है कोई रंगन में,
मंगलतन मृदंग रसाला, बाजता है कोई रंगन में।
कोई गावत है राधा कृष्ण नाम, कोई गावत है राधा कृष्ण नाम,
कोई गवत है राधा कृष्ण नाम, कोई गवाता है राधा कृष्ण नाम।
कोई गावत है हरि गुण गान, कोई गावत है हरि गुण गान।
कोई गाता है हरि गुण गान, कोई गाता है हरि गुण गान।
राधा रमण जय जय राधा रमण जी, राधा रमण जय जय राधा रमण जी।
राधा रमन है राधा
राधा रमण जी, राधा रमण जय जय
है राधा रमन जी।
जय जय राधा रमण, जय जय राधा रमण, जय जय राधा रमण, जय श्री राधे।
जय जय राधा रमन, जय जय राधा रमन, जय जय राधा रमन, जय श्री राधे।
श्री राधे श्री राधे श्री राधे, जय श्री राधे।
श्री राधे श्री राधे श्री राधे, जय श्री राधे।
ताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
निताई गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताई गौरा हरि बोल।
जय सचिनंदन जय गौर हरि, जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि।
जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि, जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि।
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, जय जय गुरुदेव।
जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, जय जय गुरुदेव।
थैंक यू माता जी। हरे कृष्णा, हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, अच्छे से
थैंक यू। नहीं नहीं ठीक था
नहीं
माता
गा
जी,
पाए
अच्छा था।
माता जी।
मैंने बताया नहीं आपको ना, इसका ट्यून
हाँ
थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है,
हाँ
थोड़ा
माता
ऊपर
जी।
जाता है। सॉरी माता जी। थैंक यू प्रभु, थैंक यू एवरीवन। हरे कृष्णा।
Very beautiful Mataji, so divine Mataji, so melodious.
Hare Krishna, so beautiful Mataji. Both
Thank you.
Mataji sang so beautifully, so melodious and divine, as Prabhuji said. Very, very nice. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for this
Thank
beautiful
you. Hare
Yes.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Kirtan, Mataji's.
लॉन्ग टाइम
Yeah, you didn't
यार,
take.
लॉन्ग टाइम माता जी से नहीं गाए, इसीलिए
No, very
बिगड़
nice.
गए माता जी,
Yes.
सॉरी।
Good, good Mataji. It was nice to hear you both. Very nice. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
We feel absolutely blessed. Thank you so much, Hemleta Mataji and Garangi Mataji. That was so, so, so beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Shall move on to the next part. It is the Guru Vandana. Okay, can I request Radha Sevaka Mataji to lead Guru Vandana line by line? We all follow behind Mataji. Mataji sings very beautifully after a very long time. Would you like to, Mataji, Radha Sevaka Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, fine. Thank you. Thank you. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma
वेरी गुड।
Shri
Shri Guru
Guru
Charana
Charana Padma
Kevala
Kevala
Bhakati
Bhakti
Sadma
Sadma.
Shri Guru Charana Padma केवल भक्ति सद्मा
श्री
गुरु
चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा
बंधु मोहि सर्वधन माते
बंधु मोहि
सावधान
सावधान
माते
माते
जहाँ प्रसादे भाई ए भाव तोरिया जाय
जहरा प्रसादे भाई ये बाबा
तोरिया
जाए
कृष्णा प्राप्ति होय जहाँ होय ते
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
प्राप्ति
प्राप्ति
होय
होय
जहाँ होय
होए
ते
गुरुमुख पद्म बख्या जीते ते कोरिया क्या
गुरु
मुख
पद्माख्या
वाक्य
चित्ते
पते
कोरिया
कोरिया
क्या
क्या
अनारा करियो मने आशा
आरना कोरी हो मने
मने
आशा
आशा
श्री गुरु चरणी रति ऐसे उत्तमा गति
श्री गुरु चरणी
चरणी
रति
रति
ऐसे
ऐसे
उत्तम
उत्तम
गति
गति
जय प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा
जय
सादे
प्रसादे पूरे
पूरे
सर्व
सर्व
आशा
चक्कु दानो दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से
चक्कुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से
दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो
दिव्य
दिव्य
ज्ञान
ज्ञान
हृदय
हृदय
प्रकाशित
प्रकाशितो
प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते
प्रेम
भक्ति
भक्ति
जहाँ
जहाँ
होते
होइते
अविद्या
विद्या
विनाश
विनाश
जाते
जाते
वेद गाय जहाँ चरितो
वेद
वेदांच
गाय
हर
जहाँ
चरितो
चरितो
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधमा जनारा बंधु
श्री
गुरु
गुरु
करुणा
करुणा
सिंधु
सिंधु
अधम
अधमा
जनर
जनर
बंधु
बंधु
लोके नाथ लोके राजीवाना
लोकनाथ
लोकनाथ लोके
लोके जीवाना
राजीवाना
श्रीला प्रभुपाद लोयलो शराना
लीला
प्रभु
प्रभुपाद
पाद लैलो शरणा
हाँ हाँ प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
हाँ हाँ
प्रभु
प्रभु
करो
करो
दया
दया
देहो
देहो
मोरे पद
मोरे पद
छाया
छाया
इबे जैसा गुशुक त्रिभुवाना
ये
ये
बीजस
विजय
त्रिभुवन
त्रिभुवाना
हाँ हाँ प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया
प्रभु
हाँ
करो
प्रभु करो
दया देह
दया
मोरे
देहो
पद
मोरे पद
छाया
छाया
जैसा गुशुक त्रिभुवाना शीला प्रभुपाद लोलो शराना
ये
इबिजस
गुशुक त्रिभुवाना श्रील
लीला
प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद
लैलो
लीले
शरणा
शरण
लीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावाना
श्रील
लीला
प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद
पतित
पतित
पावना
पावन
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय
जय
प्रभुपाद
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 प्रभुपाद जय जय
जय जय
प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
नित्य गौर
गौर
हरि
हरि
बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि
बोल
बोल
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
की श्रील
जय
प्रभु
Very nice, Prabhu.
हरे
So beautiful and ecstatic. Very nice.
very beautiful Mataji, thank you.
Okay, so next we shall move to the next part, Mangalachan prayers. Can I request Gayatri Mataji to do the Mangalachan prayers, please? And we all
Hare
follow behind shloka by shloka.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
ॐ
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः
तस्मै
चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले
चैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले
स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्
स्वयं रूपदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्
वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरू श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च
वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च
श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं
रूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं
सान्वितं
तं सजीवम्
साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम्
साद्वैतं
सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम्
श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च
श्रीराधा
राधाकृष्णपादान्
सहगणललिता
सहगणललितान्वितांश्च
हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते
हे
हे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते
गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते
गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते
तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी
काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये
वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले
नमः ओम
विष्णुपादाय
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन् इति नामिने
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद
जय
श्री कृष्ण
चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद
अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम
हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू प्रभु जी थैंक यू ऑल डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण
Mataji, so beautifully done. Listening lesson test. Thank you so much. Okay, here we can Prabhavati Mataji join. Krishna Mataji, then Dr. Nam, and the Prabhupada and okay, so next one is the Premadvani praise. So, Garingi Mataji, would you like to lead this Mataji? Premadvani praise, and we all follow behind you with Jaya as the response.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay. जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपद परम हंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की
जय
Hi.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की
जय
Hi.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
Jai.
नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की
Jai.
कौन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की
Jai.
मथुरा धाम की
Jai.
नवदीप धाम की
Jai.
जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की
Jai.
गंगा माई की
Jai.
यमुना माई की
Jai.
तुलसी देवी की
Jai.
भक्ति देवी की
Jai.
संकीर्तन यज्ञ की बृहत मृदंग की समवेद भक्त वृंद की
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
हरि बोल
all glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
All glory to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
All glory to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Hari Bol.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Om.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare Krishna. Okay, so with that one, all Mangala and prayers are done. So now we shall move to Srimad Bhagavadgita by Her Grace Prabhavati Saci Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Okay, so do you have laptop to share Mataji?
Prabhuji, would you mind sharing? But I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not
sure
able to share.
Mataji. That's fine Mataji. Okay, maybe you can start with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and then the Katha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All Guru Srila Prabhupada. I'm so sorry, I just didn't prepare so much, but I'll just read.
And also
And,
Mataji, so would you also take us through making all of us to recite this lead and then 3 times and then make all of us to do the same thing, repeat. And then later on, once all are done,
So
then
I read first, no, Prabhuji, then, yeah, I think I remember now, hopefully.
yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Deva.
Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 63 today. Krodad bhavati sammohaha, sammoha smriti vibhramaha, smriti brahmat, buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Krodad bhavati sammohaha, sammoha smriti vibhramaha, smriti brahmat, buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहः स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रस्मात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. So I will, Prabhuji, now I will read line by line and you all are following, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. So this one is Smriti Brahmshad.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Smriti Brahmshat. Okay. I'll read once again, then I maybe can. Krodhat bhavati sammohah, sammoha smriti vibhramaha, smriti bramshad buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Okay, I will recite line by now and they can follow me. Krodhat bhavati sammohah,
Krodhat
Krodhabhavati
bhavati
sammoha.
sammohaha.
sammoha smriti vibhrama,
Sammohat
Smriti Vibhramaha.
Prati Brahmshad Buddhinasho
Smriti
Brahmati
Brahma
Brahmasad
Nasho.
Buddhinasho
Naso
Buddhinashat Pranashyati.
Buddhi Nasa
Buddhinashat
Pranashati
Pranashyati.
Pranashyati.
Krodhat Bhavati Sammohaha
Rudha
Krodhat
Bhakti
bhavati
Krodhabhavati
sammohaha.
sammoha.
Moha Smriti Vibhramat
Sammohat
Sammoha Smriti
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 Vibhramaha.
Brahma
Vibhramaha.
Prati Brahmshad Buddhinasho
Smriti
Smriti
Brahmshad
Brahmsad
Buddhi
Buddhi
Nasho.
Buddhinasho.
Naso
Buddhinashat Pranashyati.
Buddhi Nasa
Buddhinashat
Buddhinashat
Pranashyati.
Yati.
Pranashati.
Three times, no, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, now maybe I can request all devotees to recite one by one. I'll go with the alphabet first, maybe. Gayatri Mataji, may I request you, please, if you don't
Hare,
mind. Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji, sure I will. क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
Thank you, Mataji. Very beautiful. Gaurangi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी क्रोधाद्भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति हरे कृष्ण
Very
माताजी
beautiful, Mataji. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Hemlata Mataji, Hare Krishna
हरे
Mataji.
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् विभ्रमः समृति विस्मसात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. Maybe the third line, maybe I also struggled. Smriti Brahmshat Buddhi Nasha. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Bhakti Vyas Mataji. Hare Krishna or Prabhu. Sorry.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti brahmaha smriti brahma shada buddhinaso buddhinasat pranasyati.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare,
Radha Sevika Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
sorry Mataji.
Radha, very nice, Mataji. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
thank you.
Very
Hare
beautiful.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Radha Sevika Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Krodhat bhavati sammoha sammohat smriti vibhamaha smriti pramsad buddhinaso buddhinasat pranashati.
Hare Krishna, Mrida Sachi Mataji. Are you in a situation to recite or are you okay?
Yes, Mataji, I can recite.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sorry, just a minute. क्रोधाद् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहत स्मृतिविभ्रम ब्रह्मा सद्बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. हरे कृष्ण.
Mataji, Hare Krishna, very beautiful. And I know Prabhuji, you do very nicely. Maybe I can ask you to do.
क्रोधोद्भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Excellent. Very nice. So I'll read the synonyms. Krodhat, from anger. Bhavati, takes place. Sammohaha, perfect illusion. Sammohat, from illusion. Smriti, of memory. Vibhramaha, bewilderment. Smriti Bramshat, after bewilderment of memory. Buddhi Nashaha, loss of intelligence. Buddhi Nashat, and from loss of intelligence. Pranashati, one falls down. Prabhuji, am I continuing or am I asking to read somebody? Then I read again. How do I do, Prabhuji?
You can ask devotees to read Mataji, and then you can reflect the takeaway points from this shloka.
Okay. Translation. So I'll continue now, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
yes, Mataji.
Translation. From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. Purport by Srivanga Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Swami has given us this direction. Prapanchikataya buddhya harisambandhi vastunah mumukshibhihi parityago vairagyam falgukataye. Vairagyam falgukatyate. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.258. By development of Krishna consciousness, one can know that everything has its everything has its use in the service of the Lord. Those who are without knowledge of Krishna consciousness artificially try to avoid material objects, and as a result, although they desire liberation from material bondage, they do not attain to the perfect stage of renunciation. Their so called renunciation is called Palgu, or less important. On the other hand, a person in Krishna consciousness knows how to use everything in the service of the Lord. Therefore, he does not become a victim of material consciousness. For example, for an impersonalist, the Lord or the Absolute, being impersonal, cannot eat, whereas an impersonalist tries to avoid good eatables. A devotee knows that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer and that he. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I ask you to. Thank you, Prabhuji. Um, sorry. Whereas an impersonalist cannot eat. Whereas an impersonalist tries to avoid good eatables, a devotee knows that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer and that he eats all that is offered to him in devotion. So after offering good eatables to the Lord, the devotee takes the remnants called prasadam. Thus everything becomes spiritualized and there is no danger of a fall down. The devotee takes prasadam in Krishna consciousness, whereas the non-devotee rejects it as material. The impersonalist, therefore, cannot enjoy life due to his artificial renunciation. And for this reason, a slight agitation of the mind pulls him down again into the pool of material existence. It is said that such a soul, even though rising up to the point of liberation, falls down again due to his not having support in devotional service. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Actually, this verse is a continuation of last verse, verse 62, where Sanchita Mataji last class has explained so well. These two verses explains how this one devotee can fall down because due to the everything is depend on the senses. So from 62 to 63, um, Krishna explains the stages of fall down due to uncontrolled mind. So mind plays a so important role in our everyone's life. So mind is always agitated, as Arjuna said in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, 34 verse. He says that mind is not controllable. But in here, we can see due to the uncontrollable mind, in 8 stages, it will take 8 stages. It's a slow process, it is not sudden, but it all starts from the mind. The first thing is contemplation. So when we are unable to contemplate, the mind is not controllable. Then, when the mind is not controlled, uh, everything starts from attachment, one after another, it falls. Then, due to the attachment, lust arises, then anger, then the delusion, then the bewilderment of memory, then loss of intelligence, then fall down. So, in this translation, Srila Prabhupada has explained, Prabhupada has said, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. The meaning of material pool in here is cycle of birth and death. That means when our desires are not fulfilled, um, we start, our senses start, the mind starts getting agitated. Then we will really lose our control in everything, and the anger, frustration, anger, everything starts. Then due to the anger, we don't know what we are doing. Our minds really stops working. That which is in we if we are in Krishna consciousness also, it can affect us because especially me, I'm not so elevated. So how to control mind is very important in this verse. We have to control the mind. So, Srila Prabhupada has explained in chapter 2, in summary, I will just go through a little bit. The first, sorry, 1 second. The first 1 to 3 verses, Lord Krishna chastises Arjuna and disapproves his so-called compassion. He is always he is expressing his compassion towards Kauravas and everyone, Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, everybody. So then he refuses to um, fight, that we all know. Then 4 to 6 verse in chapter 2, Arjuna's further doubts and confusions. So he keep talking to Lord Krishna, why about his doubts and confusions about fighting in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So 7 to 10, Arjuna surrenders to Krishna and Krishna begins to speak. So so 11th sloka only Krishna starts to begin to speak. So 11 to 13, Lord Krishna says to him, don't lament unnecessarily. All individuals exist eternally and changing bodies is natural. So he explains about the body and the souls. He starts talking. 14 to 15 verse, he explains about the dualities, equanimity, uh, and how it leads to liberation. And then 16 to 22, the soul, Lord Krishna explained, the soul never dies and the body is perishable. So changing bodies is similar to changing the clothes. He is giving examples of clothes, how we change the body like the clothes. So 23 to 25, the qualities of the eternal soul. Lord Krishna explains all the qualities, how the soul looks like, how he explains so much about the soul. I'm not going to explain in here. 26 to 30, birth and death, they are inevitable. So whatever we do, we cannot avoid birth and death. In this verse, we can see Srila Prabhupada mentions that if we don't use intelligence, then we fall down again in the material pool. That means birth and death. Then 31 to 32, doing prescribed duties of fighting opens the door for heaven. So Lord Krishna explains Arjuna that if he fights, that is the Dharma Yuddha. Kshatriyas has to fight. That is their duty, responsibilities. Everyone has got their own responsibilities. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So Vaishyas are responsible. Sorry, Kshatriyas are responsible to fight, and that is their dharma. And if he dies, he can go to heaven. So 33 to 36, by avoiding fight, you will incur sin, infamy, and criticism. Also, Krishna explains if he is trying to escape from his duties, then he will be defamed. And from 37, explains benefit of fighting. So either he will get kingdom as a victorious, and if he is defeated, the heaven is always open for him. 38, difficulty, fight, and with the equanimity. So he has to dutifully fight. His duty as a kshatriya is not difficulty. Sorry, I mispronounced. Dutifully he has to fight. As a kshatriya, his duty is to fight. Then there is no sin. So verse 39 to 40, Lord Krishna starts explaining Buddhi Yoga, because now Arjuna is bewildered. His intelligence is not working anymore. So that is why Lord has to remind how to use Buddhi Yoga. So when he uses Buddhi Yoga, there is no loss in this. He has to use his intelligence. 41 to 46. Uh, this is he explains Vyavasayatmika means the intelligence and Vedic Karma Kanda. 47 to 49, he explains how to practice Nishkama Karma Yoga. And 50 verse to 53, benefits of acting in Buddhi Yoga. So, Prabhupada explains so nicely in purport how to act in Buddhi Yoga. Then 54 verse, Arjuna's questions about is Stita Prajna. So he's asking how he behaves, how he walk, how he works, all those things. And 55 verse, symptoms of a Sthita Prajna. Lord starts explaining how the Sthita Prajna looks like, how he behaves. 56 to 57, Sthita Prajna's response to dualities. So how he behaves with when the dualities appears. Like in 14th verse, chapter 2, we can see Matra Spashastu Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada Agamapa Nitya Tam Titikshasva Bharata. So Krishna explained, yes, Sthita Prajna will not be worried about any dualities, whatever comes, whether it is heat or it is difficulty, sorrow, anything comes. It doesn't matter for him. He uses his intelligence. He is in complete Buddhi Yoga. That means Buddhi Yoga means using Krishna consciousness. So 58 to 63, Sthita Prajna sense control. So Krishna start talking about the senses, and if we use the senses in the proper way, we can win. Otherwise, we will be degraded again in the material world, the birth and death cycle. So he explains how, giving example of tortoise, how the tortoise is withdrawing all the the once the job is done, it will not expose his senses, all the limbs and everything he will withdraw. Same way, Sthita Prajna will withdraw all his senses. He will not bother what is happening outside the world. He will be only completely focused in Krishna consciousness. It is difficult only by practice. So here, sense control is difficult even for a wise and is possible only by Krishna bhakti. One falls down in 8 stages due to uncontrolled mind. So these are the 8 stages: how contemplation, attachment, lust, anger, delusion, bewilderment of memory, loss of intelligence, and fall down. So this is the thing. Summary. In future we will come across later. I will just briefly explain what was there in 62 verse. Dhyayate Vishayan Pumsaha. Prabhuji, you want to 62 verse, yeah. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate Sanga Sanyayate Kamaha Kamat Krodha Abhijayate. So in this verse, Krishna explains, while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. Here we can see four main topics. Like one is dhyayato vishayan pumsaha, while contemplating sense objects. So here, sense objects, that's the contemplation. So sangas teshopajayate. That means one develops attachment for them. So when the senses are not controlled, we will start attaching to the senses. Then sanga sanjayate kamaha. From such attachment, lust develops. So um, from attachment, we can give an example like um, when we become so attached to somebody, then we expect so much from them. So this is one of the example. We will explain that later. And kama krodha abhijayate. From lust, anger arises. So these are the four main things in this verse, and the remaining comes in the next verse. So I'm not going to read the purport, but I will just briefly explain. So there may be. Prabhuji, you want me to read the purport, or maybe there is time limit? I don't know. Yes,
But
Prabhuji.
how you feel, Mataji? Maybe after you, some Gayatri
Shall I
Mataji.
read it properly, Prabhuji?
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Purport by Divan Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One who is not Krishna one who is not Krishna conscious is subjected to material desires while contemplating the objects of the senses. The senses requires real engagements, and if they are not engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, they will certainly seek engagements in the service of materialism. So this is very clear in here. One who is not Krishna conscious is subjected to the material desire while contemplating the objects of the senses. The senses require real engagement. So, what is the real engagement? Srila Prabhupada has explained here that if they are not engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, they will certainly seek engagement in the service of materialism. So, mind is always wandered, our senses are always looking for something, like that is our nature. So, Srila Prabhupada says here, either we have to engage our mind in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, because we are all the servants of the Lord. So our nature should be engage us ourselves, mind with the mind and body. We have to engage ourselves in the Krishna consciousness moment. I mean, sadhana bhakti directly. We can do Vaidhi bhakti first. Vaidhi bhakti is what we do regularly, chanting, following for regulative principles, doing deity worship, all these things, listening Bhagavadgita, Bhagavatam, all those things. Then, in this material world, everyone, including Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, to say nothing of other demigods in the heavenly planets, is subjected to the influence of sense objects, and the only method to get out of this puzzle of material existence is to become Krishna conscious. So, Srila Prabhupada clearly mentioned here, um, even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are not exempted, because even from the demigods from the heavenly planets, they all are. We have seen in the past how Lord Brahma was attracted, how Lord Shiva was, these are all the best examples, and even Indra. We have so many examples in the past. So Lord Shiva was deep in meditation, but when Parvati agitated for him for sense pleasure, he agreed to the proposal, and as a result, Kartikeya was born. See, this is another example Srila Prabhupada is giving. When Haridas Thakur was a young devotee of the Lord, he was similarly allured by the incarnation of Maya Devi, but Haridas easily passed the test because of his unalloyed devotion to Lord Krishna. Here we can see two examples. One is devotee and one is non-devotee. Srila um, Haridas Thakura was a great devotee of the Lord, and though Maya Devi came to test him, he was not bewildered, he was not puzzled. He was so fixed in his mind, chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is why he was named as Namacharya Haridas Thakur. And in the meantime, we can see others, like another example, we can say Vishwamitra. He was so deeply meditating. He was a great yogi. How many years he did the tapasya, but when Menaka came and he could not control his senses. So these are the so many other examples we can see here. So that is why we fall down again. And as illustrated in the above mentioned verse of Sri Yamunacharya, a sincere devotee of the Lord shuns all material sense enjoyments due to his higher taste for spiritual enjoyment in the association of the Lord. So, Srila Prabhupada always explains, whenever he gives lecture, he always says, simple thinking, um, no, simple living, high thinking. So we have to think really about, how we can improve, how we can engage our senses and everything in Krishna consciousness. But our living should be simple. We should not be so much attached to the material entanglement, material, the comforts. So Srila Prabhupada always says that, and we can see his disciples how they nicely following everything, and we should follow their footsteps also. Footsteps. Mm, as illustrated in the above mentioned verse of Sri Yamunacharya, a sincere devotee of the Lord shuns all material sense enjoyment due to his higher taste for spiritual enjoyment in the association of the Lord. So that we have done. This is the secret of success. So we can see how Haridas Thakur was succeeded. One who is not, therefore, in Krishna consciousness, however powerful he may be in controlling the senses by artificial repression, is sure ultimately to fail, for the slightest thought of sense pleasure will agitate him to gratify his desires. So this is the best example Srila Prabhupada is giving everywhere. The unalloyed devotion. Unalloyed devotion means who is not thinking anything except Krishna, how to render service to him. We can see so many examples. Um, Srila Prabhupada is the best example because when he went to America, he didn't have anyone, and he was traveling, he didn't have anyone, he didn't know anyone. So, but he still went, he had a staunch faith with Krishna, and though he struggled for 1 year, but he was completely succeeded in Krishna consciousness movement. So in this particular verse, main thing is main items are what will happen if we cannot control our mind. Um, the result is we will fall down. The next one is so I'm just going to briefly explain. So this actually the 63 verse. Uh, I will just read it again. Krodhat bhavati sammohaha means from anger, complete delusion arises. So this is the continuation of um, 62 verse. How the delusion arises, because when we are angry, when our desires are not satisfied, when our senses are not gratified, then everything happens, all these things are happening. Last one is the anger. Then when the anger comes, when our desire lust is not fulfilled, desire is not fulfilled, then we will be angry. So with that anger, we will be deluded because we don't know what is right, what is wrong. Our intelligence stops. So our intelligence stop in a good thing. What mode of goodness. If we are in mode of goodness, I mean, we can think in a nice way. If we are, then we will go into the mode of passion, then mode of ignorance. So that is what happens here. Then sammohat smriti vibhrama, from delusion, bewilderment of memory. So the memory, we lose our everything, memory also. We don't know what we are doing. We will be just frustrated, and we will behave very differently. Then smriti bramsha buddhi nasho. So when memory is lost, intelligence is lost. So we don't know what we are doing. Then our control over our intelligence is completely lost. Then buddhi nashat pranashati. When intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material ocean. So this is what happens when we are anger, when we cannot control our mind. These are all 8 things are happening. The stages of fall down due to uncontrolled mind. So how to control mind? Everything will Krishna will explain in future. But I will just briefly go through with this verse. Um, This verse explains how material attachment leads to the complete destruction of intelligence and spiritual life. Lord Krishna describes the downfall of a conditioned soul step by step. So here one example is given by Srila Prabhupada in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Srila Rupa Goswami has given us this one. Prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandini vastunaha mumukshubhihi parityago vairagyam falgu katyate. So here we can see we cannot control our senses artificially, because if we can control, then um, our mind is not fixed. We will try, maybe like Srila Prabhupada is giving examples in this purport. By development of Krishna consciousness, one can know that everything has its use in the service of the Lord. So how we can one person, as he grows in Krishna consciousness, whoever it is, a devotee, um, um, we have 3 types of devotees: Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. So in the initial stage, it is not easy to differentiate, but um, as we do sadhana, as we do associate with the devotees so much, and as we attend sanghas, as we do everything for Krishna consciousness, we try to understand that um, controlling the mind is only with the uh, with the Krishna consciousness, Krishna conscious only. Our mind should be fixed in Krishna. Then those who are without knowledge of Krishna consciousness artificially try to avoid material objects. And as a result, although they desire liberation from material bondage, they do not attain to the perfect stage of renunciation. So sometimes we can see the yogis who are not true yogis. They wear saffron clothes, who is not in Krishna consciousness. We can see others. They are actually not properly trained. They are actually Mayavadis. We can see so many yogis like that, but they think themselves that they are devotees, but they are not, and they don't know what is renunciation even, but they think themselves that they are renounced. Srila Prabhupada is giving different example in further, and when artificially if we try to avoid material objects, there are some people we have seen, oh, that is, if I do that, then I will be attached to the material things. But one who is in Krishna consciousness, they know how to use material things in Krishna consciousness. For example, now we can see that mobile mobile is so useful, and all the technology is so useful. So His Grace Amok Prabhu was explaining me today how to do this chat GPT. I didn't know anything. I was not very familiar with all those things. He just explained me, do this way and you will get some knowledge. But I was trying, but I was not very successful. But whatever. These are the technologies when we try to use for the good purpose, spiritual purpose, then they are good. We should not say that, oh, my mobile and this one, I will be so attached, so I won't use them. No, we have to use them where there is usage of it. Another example is if anybody is having a vehicle, or if anybody has having a nice house, they can host programs, they can take devotees. So like sometimes some devotees cannot drive, and they can take them to the temple or anywhere for good purpose. So, like me, one of the example, I don't drive, so I always find devotees who can take me to the temple so that I can go to the temple and do some service, whatever I can. But so there are nice devotees, really, all the devotees are so great. They always are waiting. Oh, are you coming with me? I'm going. So, like these things, these things can be used for good purpose, not for going cinema or shopping, or shopping is needed, which is required for Krishna consciousness purpose, not for enjoyment. So, so this kind of renunciation, artificial renunciation, will not lead us anywhere. It will just lead us to fall down, because we don't know what is the proper meaning of bhakti. They should understand by going through the disciplic succession, proper Guru Parampara. Otherwise, if we hear from there, them one day I hear from somebody, another day I hear from somebody. Everybody is giving classes, everybody is giving Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, they do Bhagavad Saptaha, everybody does. But we shouldn't be attracted for those people. They will be teaching us nicely, but they will be misleading us. So we don't want to get confused, and we want to see where the knowledge is coming from, which source the knowledge is coming from, where they are connected, which parampara they are connected. Before we listen to anyone, we need to inquire, we need to find out properly. Then only we can listen to their classes. In ISKCON, we have plenty of classes from everyone. So we should take knowledge from them. Otherwise, if we go here and there, then we will have fall down again. So their so-called renunciation is called Falgu, or less important. On the other hand, a person in Krishna consciousness knows how to use everything in the service of the Lord. That, as I explained, there are so many other examples also. This is one of the example. Um, Also, another example I can give: when we go for shopping, we should always think of Krishna. So like grocery shopping, what Krishna likes. How can I make some nice dish? How can I offer? So these are the things we can, and flowers, buying flowers, which color Krishna likes. So what I can offer him. These are the things we can always think about. Sorry, Prabhuji, my computer. Okay. Therefore he does not become a victim of material consciousness. So when we are acting in pure Krishna consciousness, in association of devotees, then everything is perfect. Otherwise, it will all go ups and down. For example, for an impersonalist, the Lord or the absolute being impersonal cannot eat. So they think that Krishna don't have a feature, he don't have hand, don't have mouth. There is no personal features like us for him. That is why they think. So then they don't offer food for him. So anything eatables they will not offer, and they think that, oh, these things I cannot eat. Then I will become I will be more this thing. They give up all the good healthy food items. So whereas an impersonalist tries to avoid good eatables. So an impersonalist, I mean, so one who is in Krishna consciousness, a devotee, knows that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer and that he eats all that is offered to him in devotion. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, 9th chapter, 26th verse. He says, anything you offer to me with the love and devotion, I will accept it. And the same remnants, the devotees, are accepting it. So that becomes prasadam. So whatever we are offering to Krishna, a devotee is offering to Krishna, and that devotee takes the remnants, then it is called as prasadam. So devotees are always enjoying prasadam. It's always nice. But non-devotees like impersonalists, they don't. They are artificially controlling everything. So in Krishna conscious, thus everything becomes spiritualized and there is no danger of a downfall. Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you think, everything offer to me, your mind, body, soul, everything you offer to me, then you will be pure. You will become pure. Thus, every day, day by day, you will purify yourself. And also, he promises by doing all these things, then finally you have to give up everything. Like he says, all your sins also in 18 chapter 66 verse, you give up everything, then I will um, protect you from all the danger. So thus everything becomes spiritualized and there is no danger of a fall down. So Krishna guarantee here that there is no downfall. The devotees takes prasadam in Krishna consciousness, whereas the non-devotee reject it as a material. The impersonalist therefore cannot enjoy life due to his artificial renunciation, because they cannot enjoy anything, because for them everything looks um, artificial, and not looks like, they make it look like. So they don't realize that they are doing it artificially, but being one who is in Krishna consciousness, they can differentiate, one devotee can properly differentiate it. And for this reason, a slight agitation of the mind pulls him down again into the pool of material existence. Srila Prabhupada explains here how the impersonalist, non-devotees, through artificial renunciation, they fall down again because their desires are not fulfilled, because they always have the desire. Some of the sannyasis, so-called sannyasis, they themselves called as yogis. They wear saffron cloth, but within inside they do not have mind control. They never try to control their mind. And we have heard so many stories. We means in India, also in everywhere, we can see how they are cheating people. They're attracting in large number, and mostly women are victimized. We see a lot of things going on, uh, and they cheat very badly. And they also say that themselves that they are the incarnation of Lord Krishna. So there are so many examples we can give. It is it is said that such a soul even though rising up to the point of liberation falls down again due to his not having support in devotional services, because they don't have proper guidance. Like one who is coming from proper sampradaya, there are four sampradayas, they have proper guidance. Srila Prabhupada has set up nice structure for ISKCON. Similarly, even other, there are some Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, they all have their own proper sampradayas. They don't break the rules. So every sampradaya, there are some rules and regulations to follow. Srila Prabhupada has given us four regulative principles to follow and 16 rounds to do chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and also he has set up some daily activities for sadhana bhakti, like um, we can say you have to wake up early, do the take shower, do the Manglarati, then offer some bhoga to their lordship, then start chanting 16 rounds, then hear Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita from the devotees. Association is so important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also reminded each time, Asat Yaga, you have to be always in the association of devotees, not the non-devotees. It's not always possible. Like, for example, we all are working, we are living in this material world. Without working, we cannot survive. So, to maintain our body, we have to work. And that is why when we go to the workplace, we go to outside shopping or anything, we come across with so many people, non-devotees. But we should always think that um, we should we are we are in Krishna consciousness, and we should be reminding ourselves that you should behave. I mean, I don't know, that thing has not come to me yet, but I'm trying. So it's not possible, but we have to try to control in workplace is such a place where we have lots of um, other people like non-devotees following. Some are atheists, some are they don't know how to behave. I mean, not all of them. Some are really good humans. They behave, but when it comes to the like, I work in one of the atmosphere where there is a multidisciplinary team is there. So there are around like how many employees? Maybe 50 per day. So it is very, very difficult to go and have prasadam with them, and they know that I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat from anybody. And they even ask me, are you from different planet? That's why in the morning I told, I think Prabhu, when we were today or yesterday, when we were reading the yesterday, I think, letter, it came like criticism. So they do criticize about our food habits. They criticize about our personal life. They criticize about everything. So there are so many parties going on. They will be invited. You come with us. If you don't go, they say that you are antisocial. All those things. We come across every day very different kind of people. But I think gradually, as we follow our sadhana bhakti, then it will come into raganuga bhakti. It takes time, which is raganuga bhakti is not possible. It's only for rojavasis, and because it's all simultaneous, so they do everything automatically only for the pleasure of Krishna. But for me, it is not possible. Um, but hopefully one day, little bit, I can progress. So these are the things. It's really challenging in the real world. Mind control is not at all possible. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I think chapter 6, 35 words, I think. So if I am mistaken, I will just go through with that. Mm, So Arjuna says, Chanchalam hi manaha Krishna pramati balavadradam tasyaham nigraham manye vayur iva dushkaram. So the translation is, for the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. So Arjuna has compared the mind to the wind. It's not possible at all to um, control the mind. For Arjuna is such a great devotee of the Lord. If Arjuna has to say that, then what about us? So that is why Srila Prabhupada has given us a beautiful moment structure. Follow Krishna Bhakti by doing the sadhana. So um, then Krishna says here, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha asamshayam hi, sorry, asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihate. Translation: Lord Sri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible only it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment. How to detach? Uh, it is not possible to detach all of a sudden. So it's all by um, doing sadhana bhakti. So Srila Prabhupada always uh, remind us do 16 rounds. He reminded his disciples always. We can see from his letters. Yesterday's letter, particular letter, I really liked it. Everything is excellent from Srila Prabhupada, but in that letter, one of the Prabhuji wrote that he's been criticized for chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and being in Krishna consciousness. But Srila Prabhupada said it doesn't matter. You don't worry about that. You focus your mind in chanting, and everything will be all right. Krishna will take care of everything. So this is so important for us to remember every time that Srila Prabhupada also has gone through with a lot of difficulties when he went to America, even in India. Nobody was listening to him. He tried in India first, but we all know that it is all explained so nicely in Prabhupada Lilamrita, and there is another book called Your Ever Well Wisher. So these are the nice books we have to really read, and we can see Srila Prabhupada's life, how much he has gone through. But he didn't deviate. He had so strong faith and love to Krishna that he knew that Krishna will protect him all the time. So, and he was successful. So, if we have that faith, then everything will fall in place slowly, gradually. So that is why wherever we are, either we are in workplace, wherever we are, we need to stick to our own mind. So we should guide our mind every time. We should train our mind each and every time that um, you should not go into if our mind is going into wrong direction, we should try to bring it back. So how we can bring it back? Only by practice. That is what even Krishna is advising. You have to practice every day. We have to practice. Then only it can be. Otherwise, it is not possible. Then only we can start developing detachment. So detachment doesn't come so easily, but by practicing uh, everything, then slowly, like especially chanting the holy name of the Lord. We should have a strong faith in the holy name. When we chant, we should think that Krishna is with us. We are talking to Krishna, and Krishna is dancing in our tongue. So I have heard one of the lecture from one of the devotee. When we chant, Krishna comes and dance in our tongue. So we have to remember that Krishna is with us. It is the relationship between us and Krishna. This is the best time we have direct connection with Krishna. So that is what we have to always remember. When I start chanting, okay, this is me and Krishna's relationship. Nobody should come in between. So we should try to avoid all the um, thoughts, whatever thoughts, my mother, children, whoever. We should always, this is the only time I can give to Krishna directly. So this is the best thing. I like it. Practice, then again the mind goes here and there, when again bringing back. So in our day, see, Srila Prabhupada into the little bit Mahatobhaya. If you Mela, best example.
Hare Krishna Mataji, your voice is breaking, Mataji. We can't hear you, Mataji, anymore.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I think my internet is gone for some time. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So we can see the best example was one example Ajamela. Ajamela is always he was good until he saw when he went to forest to get flowers and all the paraphernalia for his father's this thing yajna. Yajna or puja, I think so. So he saw the prostitute and somebody there, and his mind got agitated. He could not control his mind. He was only contemplating on that only. What he seen, he wanted to have that. He wanted to enjoy. His mind wanting to enjoy. Then we all know that how he suffered. He fell with that. He brought that prostitute at home, and he had children. Then he was doing all the uh, activities, abominable activities. Then he fell down. Then when finally, when the Yamadutas came, that is the time only with the fear he called Lord's name. So the power of holy name we can see, and he was being saved by the Lord. Then Vishnu Dutas came, and we all know how it went. This is what one of the thing we have to always remember. There are so many examples, the relations between Krishna, Lord, and the Supreme Lord and the devotees. Prahlad Maharaj is one of the example. How much agony he went through. His father Hiranyakashipu tried to give him so many, punishment. He was being really, really tortured, but he never deviated. He was only chanting the holy name of the Lord, and he has strong faith in the Lord. So that is how we can see by examples. So to do this, we should understand Lord. Who is the Lord? What are his qualities? So everything we have to know. These things can only come through proper studying of Shastras. Like we have in our Sangha every day, His Grace Amoga Prabhuji is spending a lot of time on us with so much of patience, and he's trying to do so much for us, to bring us in Krishna consciousness, grow in Krishna consciousness. Whoever is new, he's trying to help them out. It's so much he's doing. So I'm so grateful, though sometimes it's not possible to join every day. He's trying his best. He has a lot of knowledge, his wealth of knowledge, and all the devotees in this Sangha are so amazing. So really, we can see all of us like little bit. We are trying to focus. Um, I think, advancing little bit. We can reflect upon how we can reflect every day in the evening, at least before we go to bed. We should think how much I did today, how much sadhana I did, whether my sadhana was okay, how can I improve tomorrow, how can I change tomorrow. So these are the things before we go to bed, and we have to pray to Krishna. Also, these are the all the devotees, senior devotees, whoever we hear lecture from them, they guide us. So you have to how we have to progress. So one thing is reflection. Reflection is very important. Otherwise, it is not possible. For example, today, if I cannot wake up in the morning until 6 o'clock, at least tomorrow I should make sure 15 minutes early I should set my alarm. Okay, I will make sure, Krishna, I will wake up early. Please, please forgive me. So forgiveness, Krishna always will forgive. If we want to progress, Krishna always will help us. So like that, 15 minutes, then we will be successful one day. We can wake up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, maybe 4:30. So like that, Brahma Muhurta is very important, as we all know. So we can finish our sadhana as much as we can. So this is how controlling mind is not easy. With the mind only, everything starts falling. There are 8 stages of fall down from 62 verse to 63 verse. So sense control is not easy. And so how the practical application, what Srila Prabhupada says is chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which cleanses our heart. Even it cleanses lust, anger, everything. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given 8 verses for us only regarding chanting the holy name of the Lord. This is just the only he gave. So in that we can understand how much importance even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving for the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So in when Krishna came in this world, he he was only explaining, he was only saying what to do, how to do, but practically how to do the bhakti, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and elaborately explained. So that is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can see in Madhya Leela in detail. I think the 19th chapter, if I have not mistaken, Ramlal Prabhuji and Prabhuji, please correct me. I think the 19th chapter, whole chapter is full of devotional service, how to do devotional service, elaborately explained, very, very nicely. So then following regulative principles. So it will protect our intelligence. Actually, chanting of the holy name of the Lord, it cleanses lust, anger, and everything from our heart. Following regulative principles protects our intelligence. So we have to be very much rigid with the following our regulative principles. We cannot say that, oh, today I don't have any food. Can I go and have anything? Doesn't matter, onion, garlic also. No problem. For one day, one time I can have it. When we start that, then our mind will, okay, one day I have done flexibility. Next time also I will be doing the same thing because mind is so dominating. It will not allow the intelligence to think forward. So that is really, really important. So this is one of the example. And lastly, this verse explains why regulated devotional service is not optional but absolutely necessary. It is not optional. Devotional services is not optional. We cannot say that I will, for example, I will say today I will only do 10 rounds because I don't have time. Maybe tomorrow I can finish it off. Tomorrow it will accumulate more and more. 16 plus 10, it will come around 25. So what time I'm going to finish? So we cannot do that. So we should try to strictly stick into that regulated principle that, okay, I should be doing this one today. So sometimes it is not possible, maybe for some other reason, personal life, for family issues, we can, and we can, because that is why our senior duties. I did ask one time if I am not able to do 16 round in one day, sometimes due to some pressure, is it possible to carry on for the next day? Because sometimes we are very, very ill, we are not able to get out of the bed, not even able to sit because nowadays so bad bug is going on, and there are so many diseases, so many natural disasters. We can see the nature is changing, the world is changing, everything is changing. So even because of that, the health issues, a lot of health issues, there are three, we know that we all suffer from different kinds of um, these ones, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika, and Adi Daivika. All so we don't know whichever way. Sometimes our body is not allowing, so maybe that time there will be excuse. We cannot. Otherwise, we have to always make sure that we have to finish our rounds on time. Everything we have to do properly. I think that's it, Prabhuji, from my end. I don't know. Please forgive me. I didn't prepare much, and I'm not that knowledgeable. Whatever I just understood little bit, I explained with my personal experience also. Please correct me and please add Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely explained, Mataji, in detailed way. Okay, so thank you so much. So maybe I shall request devotees to add reflections and speak anything. Gayatri Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Mataji so beautifully explained from beginning from chapter 2, I mean, beginning from chapter 1, from when Arjuna is lamentation. So from there you started, and it was beautifully explained, Mataji. So nice. I'm so now, as everybody knows, I guess, so I'm going through some, I mean, my mother-in-law just passed away, so it was very hard on me. And I'm just thinking, after reading this shloka, I'm just thinking, why am I in this state right now? And is it fear? Is it desire? Is it anger? What is it? What is causing me all this? Like, why am I lamenting so much? What is the cause for it? I'm trying to go deeper and understand what is happening, but it is very hard for me to understand. And I'm thinking maybe it was the desire that she will live longer or something like that. And when the call came, we were expecting that she might just come home, which did not happen. So probably that's why I think I'm going through such a big. And I'm just thinking about how Arjuna, when he was on the battlefield and in the midst of so much chaotic battlefield, and when Abhimanyu died in front of him, and how he must have fought the battle again, coming back to his senses, normal, like, coming back, being a kshatriya, like how he could have put himself together to fight again and to win the battle, which was, I'm just thinking about all those things when you're talking this, Mataji. So beautifully explained. Thank you so much. And yes, Prabhuji, thank you for always encouraging me. And when I'm falling down, and again I'm on the cliffhanger, like hanging, and you always pull all the us devotees up. So which is really nice. Thank you, Prabhuji, and thank you, Mataji, for such wonderful session today. Hare Krishna.
True, Prabhataji. Prabhuji is so much, helping us with all the way. I didn't do anything. I am really no knowledge at all, but I think because of his pushing, little
Yes.
bit I'm trying to speak, but I'm not at all good. And yeah, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So generally, we are naturally inclined to do fruitive activities, do something and be happy like that. So but Krishna consciousness, it means you always be in Krishna consciousness, 100% you be in Krishna consciousness. You do whenever it is needed. You wanted to go and eat it, then offer it to Krishna, and then that is how you spend the time. Go out of Krishna consciousness for eating. Of course, you are in the Krishna consciousness. For example, going to the office, but still, because you are going to give results to the Krishna itself, again it becomes Krishna consciousness, but you appear that. But actually, this is called Krishna consciousness. All our activity is completely making inside Krishna consciousness. We don't take any out of Krishna consciousness. But what happens whenever, okay, now I'm working, so let me go to the office, come home, and then evening I have got some kind of japa, or morning some japa. So that is the only time I can just go and join. Then what happens? That will become very 1 hour, 2 hours only Krishna conscious. Throughout the day, 23 hours or 20 hours, that becomes material. But when become completely within Krishna consciousness and go and speak to the materialistic people and come back, based on the necessity, eating and then come back. Again speaking to family, come back to Krishna consciousness. Just only when yata samhariti jayam kurmunganiva sarvashaha. Indriyan indriyadebhyah tasya prajna pratishtita. That is, tasya prajna pratishtita. He is situated in the perfect knowledge. Okay, that when we keep like that, then everything else we see, it is just kind of a Maya Rajita Matmani. Everything is run by the Krishna's external energy. Okay, so just a few statements. Okay, we shall hear from other devotees as well. Radha Sevka Mataji, you wanted to add anything, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhavati Mataji, that was so sincere and so well put together. Like, it was, your natural, when when you're talking about things and when you're thinking through things through, it's so logical and it's so applicable, and it really makes us think, and you break things down really nicely in your lectures. I mean, you're so natural at when you preach. So thank you.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. So next time, Prabhavati Sachi Mataji will be on the video and we could see Mataji in the next lecture. Hope.
Sure,
Oh,
Prabhuji. Today I was Hare Krishna.
Well, everyone desire to see Mataji. So no one has seen Mataji in our Sangha.
I know everybody. I think I know everybody.
Yeah. So, but yes, next time. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hemlata Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhavati Mataji. Very nicely explained in simple words and in bullet points. Actually, I like, as you said, to discipline our dincharya, then daily activities, and train our mind to follow all four regulative principles. It was nice, Mataji. I wanted to hear more and more from you because you explain so in simple words, easy to understand and grasp. Everything was applicable to us. We can do it easily if we are determined, actually. Thank you, Mataji. I like your lecture very much today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. My English is not great, Mataji. Honestly, I'm just
No,
trying.
better,
It's
better than
difficult
mine.
to. I have to translate my Kannada into English. It's really I have to give some work to my brain. It's difficult. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Gauringi Mataji. You want to add anything, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhavati Sachi Mataji. You did very nice class, Mataji. Then you remind for us, all of us, for when we chanting, then our tongue is comes to Krishna. So that one is very nice, and I like that, Mataji. So we need to remember again and again, Mataji, like this. So thank you, Mataji. Then I understood your English, Mataji, quite not difficult, little bit. I understood when you speak your English is understand for me, easy to understand, Mataji. Hare Krishna, little bit, not all of them. Hare Krishna.
Oh, Mataji, thank you so much, Mataji. You are so elevated.
Thank you so much. Ramlala Prabhuji, we got Prabhuji here. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam. Hare Krishna. Actually, it's my misperception that I could not completely follow, but whatever I found this portion is really very nice. Normally, I like the lecture of Prabhavati Mataji. Is very transparent, very clear message, giving a pointed something. I like it very much. And today also, reflection was very nice, I think. Yeah, one thing also little is not sorry, I cannot. Sorry, yeah. So on actually, Mataji mentioned actually Santala Monohi. Actually, it is Bhagavad Gita chapter 6. Is it difficult to control? Sorry, is it clear my voice because I cannot talk properly because I.
We can hear you, Prabhuji. So, but please be easy when you're speaking.
Yeah, I cannot articulate properly because I have pain.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, I am trying. Yeah, so actually, my mind is very chanchala himona. Actually, is you gave the example that and also this is our mind, and this is how we found the environment is not our favorable condition. Everything is not favorable. You gave the example, whatever our practical life. If it is a drunk person, sorry, Drunk also, they think other is not as normal. You have to drink. You have to drink. Those who are purchase wine or beer, they think who are not drinking, they are not as normal. Especially in the celebration of New York party or other thing. If you don't drink, they think you are not a normal. So we have to not. Sorry, I cannot go through. I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah, that's fine, Prabhuji. That's all right. Okay, so here, Chanchalam hi Manaha Krishna. So Pramadi Bhalodhrudam. So even one of the sense is, again here, sometimes we see in the Kathopanishad, it is mentioned here, Katha Upanishad. Atmanam Dadinam Vidhi. And here the soul is traveling Radhinam in a chariot. What is that chariot? We might have seen body as a chariot and the soul is sitting on the chariot. Then Shariram Radham Eva. Shariram Radham Eva. Atmanam Radhinam, who is sitting on the chariot. Shariram Radham Eva cha. Buddhim tu Saradhim Vidhi. Intelligence is the who is the driver. Saradhim. Manaha Pragraham Eva cha. Pragraham, who is holding that the ropes of the senses. Manaha pragraham evacha. Indriyani hayan ahuhu. Indriyani hayan ahuhu. This is Indriyas are like a horses. And via Vishyam Teshu Gocharan. Teshu Gocharan. And the senses, they're always trying for to run behind the Vishyams. Vishyams, the materialistic things. Teshu Gocharan. Atma Indriya Manoyuktam. Atma Indriya Manoyuktam. Everything Atma Indriya Manoyuktam. Bhokteti Ahur Manishinaha. So these are all the different kinds of Atma Indriya Manoyuktam. Bhokteti Ahur Manishinaha. It is giving very different analogy. We have seen this one, the pictures. This is the shlokas coming from the Katha Upanishad. The individual soul is the passenger in the car of the material body, and intelligence is the driver. Mind is driving instrument, and senses are the horses. The self is thus the enjoyer or sufferer in the association of the mind and the senses. So it is understood by great thinkers. Ahu Manishinaha. This is great thinkers. Okay, this is just bringing that one. Okay, coming back to the shloka here. This is Jhaito Vishyan Pumsaha Sangasteshu Pajayate Sanga Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodha Vijayate. Just before that shloka itself in the 61 Yuktasit Matparaha. Krishna says that Tani Sarvani Samyamya Yuktasit Matparaha. Everything you carry out by engaging your mind in me. That is the devotional service. The first time Krishna speaks, and then further he is saying, if you do not keep your mind properly, what is going to happen? Mataji has nicely explained. Okay, so purport of 635. So I think Ramlala Prabhuji is describing here. So Krishna says here in the translation, "O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment." The purport, the difficulty of controlling the obstinate mind, as expressed by Arjuna, is accepted by the personality of Godhead. But at the same time, he suggests that by practice and detachment, it is possible. What is that practice? In the present age, no one can observe the strict rules and regulations of placing oneself in a sacred place. So focusing mind on the super soul, restraining the senses and mind, observing celibacy, remaining alone, etc. Okay, so these are, can I ask Amrita Mataji to read this one? Rest of it, Mataji, purport.
Hare Krishna, yes. By the practice of Krishna consciousness, however, one engages in 9 types of devotional service to the Lord. The first and foremost of such devotional engagement is hearing about Krishna. This is very powerful transcendental method for purging the mind of all misgivings. The more one hears about Krishna, the more one becomes enlightened and detached from everything that draws the mind away from Krishna. By detaching the mind and activities not devoted to the Lord, one can easily learn Vairagya. Vairagya means detachment from matter and engagement of mind in spirit. Impersonal spiritual detachment is more difficult than attaching the mind to the activities of Krishna. This is practical because by hearing about Krishna, one becomes automatically attached to the Supreme Spirit. This attachment is called Parsanubhav. Pareshanubhav. Spiritual satisfaction. Bhava. Sorry, Prabhu, I can't pronounce this.
Pareshanubhava.
Pareshanubhava. Spiritual satisfaction. It is just like the feeling of satisfaction in satisfaction a hungry man has for every morsel of food he eats. The more one eats while hungry, the more one feels satisfaction and strength. Similarly, by discharge of devotional service one feels transcendental satisfaction as the mind becomes detached from material objectives. It is something like curing a disease by expert treatment and appropriate diet. Hearing of the transcendental activities of Lord Krishna is therefore expert treatment for the mad mind, and eating the foodstuff offered to Krishna is the appropriate diet for the suffering patient. This treatment is the process of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah. Would you like to add any points, Mataji, here in this one? As Ram Lala Prabhuji is thinking, would you like to say those words, Mataji?
Uh, So in this, Prabhupada is writing in this paragraph that we should, how we can attach to Krishna is by hearing his name, hearing Krishna's katha. It will change our taste and increase our love for Krishna. Um, and we will get detached from, our mind will get detached from the material activities. Material activities, and will get attached to the spirit, the higher spirit, supreme spirit, it is mentioned in this paragraph. uh, yeah, become automatically attached to the supreme spirit. And this spiritual satisfaction is like when a when a hungry man when eats more, it nourishes the body, and each bite of the food gives satisfaction and strength to that person. So similarly, if we chant more Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we will get more attached to Krishna, and uh, and Krishna will be happy, and we will get satisfied as well. I think that's what I understood. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You can explain
Yeah.
more. Hari Bol.
Yeah. You did very nicely, Mataji. It's very beautiful points. So this is the cure for the disease, any disease. Um, any disease, just by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra automatically. So Prabhupada says, curing it by expert treatment and appropriate diet. So starting from the tongue chanting Hare Krishna. Anything else in this one? Gayatri Mataji, wanted to add anything, Mataji, here in this purpose?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes. Um, so what Prabhuji, by here I am looking at by detaching the mind from activities not devoted to the Lord, one can very easily learn Vairagya. Vairagya means detachment from matter and engagement of the mind in spirit. So exactly, this is what we were just talking about, like how we have to get detached from the matter, from the materialistic things. And we know that we are all material, the bodies is all material, and one day it will be gone, but still we are kind of attached to these bodies. And obviously, and also here impersonal spiritual detachment is more difficult than attaching the mind to the activities of Krishna. This is what exactly which was we were talking in the Bhagavad Gita just now, which we were reading from chapter 263, where it is clearly mentioning that impersonal spiritual detachment, that means artificially when we are trying to detach ourselves, then it won't happen, because we think that, oh, I gave up this so and so. Some people go to Kashi and they will say, my favorite food, something gulab jamun or something, I gave up today, now from now on I will not eat. But every time they look at gulab jamun, they want to eat, but they just think that, okay, I gave it up, so I will not eat it. But when it comes to reality, when it comes to Krishna consciousness, when that gulab jamun is offered to Krishna, and then we can have it, and we can still enjoy, but we don't have to um, give it up artificially, but we have to give it to Krishna first, and then we can also have it as prasadam. So that's what I am understanding here, Prabhuji. This is and also this is practical, because by hearing about Krishna, one becomes automatically attached to the Supreme Spirit. Yes, we are. When we are listening, always Shravanam is very, very important, and we have to listen. And this attachment is called Pareshanubhava, spiritual satisfaction, because it will give us spiritual satisfaction. So I think, and also here curing diseases, meaning it's not just a disease of the body, but also disease of everything, like what I'm going through right now, like lamentation of losing someone in the family, and my mind is not at all, it is so flickering, it is not able to concentrate on chanting or anything, right? From almost past 3 days. So, but I still tried to chant like only 4 rounds maybe, and slowly it got to 6 rounds, like something like that, and 10 rounds slowly. But it was very, very hard to concentrate. I was feeling guilty that when I'm unable to concentrate, it's better not to chant. But why am I not concentrating in the first place? So that was the hard part to understand. So yes, we need to be more Krishna conscious, so I will be able to concentrate. Thank you, Prabhuji. So this is what I am understanding, Prabhuji. So I don't know, there is more to this, but for my mad mind, this is all I can understand. So right now, my mad mind. Thank you, Prabhuji. And yeah, Krishna is the appropriate diet. The offered foodstuff offered to Krishna is the appropriate diet for the suffering patient. This treatment is the process of Krishna consciousness. So whatever, when we know what to eat, Krishna conscious, when we offer the right sattvic food, if we can have, and if we offer to Krishna first the sattvic food, and we can also have it, and that will give us all the strength. Not just the physically, but also mentally and psychologically, spiritually, all it will give us strength. We can Niss-science, this ocean of Niss-science we can cross if we can follow all the principles what Srila Prabhupada has given, and today what Prabhavati Saci Mataji explained so beautifully. If I can follow all that, it will be nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Ram Lalla Prabhuji has sent a message in the chat. Would you like to read that message as well, Mataji, please?
Sure, Prabhuji. It is necessary to acknowledge Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality. There are many devotees who assume themselves to be in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, but at heart do not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna as the absolute truth. For them, the fruit of devotional service, going back to Godhead, will never be tasted. Similarly, those who are engaged in fruitive, pious activities and who are ultimately hoping to be liberated from this material entanglement will never be successful either, because they deride the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Bhagavadgita 9.12 purport. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, yeah, we are, even though I am trying to think, like, we are thinking that I'm a devotee or whatever. I'm just thinking, but it's still not at all happening. I'm still, yeah, we are just engaged in fruitive pious activities, I think, and we are deriding the Supreme. Yeah, so thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very beautifully explained. Hare Krishna.
Yes, so here just only one point, what it means as engaging in the service. For example, I have got a duty to support my husband when he is in the trouble. So yes, we have to support and give moral support when one loses their closed ones. I have got I also need to get support from the devotees. So for that one, if I have got a duty, I will do it. But it is just only the keeping of the mind. If I just keep ourselves alone, well, it will take us to the lamentation. That is what Krishna does not want devotees to fall into that loop. If we have got a duty to do it, speak and then support and do something physically or orally, then do it. But okay, just only the mind thing, I'm not able to concentrate, and that is not the cause. So Krishna says, Yasyam Vaikshuri Mayanam Krishne Paramapurushe Bhakturutpadyate Pumshaha Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. Shoka will be eradicated out. Bhaya, fear will be eradicated. Now what? And also lamentation. This will all be coming out. And Krishna is situated in the heart. But what happens? We think that aham mama abhiman uttaihi kamalobadibihi malaihi vitam yada manushuddham adukkam asukum samam. We think that if I am not being like that, if I just are staying with the devotees with like a happy and a joyful mood, other people may think that I am just being like that, happy when we pass. But that is not the right thing. But here, when we are in that mood, what happens? We cannot give support to the others. But here, when we are in here, we see the real reflection and we do Swadharma Charanam Sekcha. Yes, we have to carry out our duties to support the family members, speak what is required, and console them. For that, we also need to have some kind of energy, spiritual strength for that purpose. And we should not leave our duties. Like, for example, this is my duty at 6:30, I need to chant. Yes, chant. If I am just stopping the chanting and then just lamenting, then what happens? It will take us down all our energy. And by chanting, is there we can chant it. Of course, we can take some gaps in between whenever it is needed to support the family. That is needed. We do not discard those rules that needs. But here, we should not keep idle. Otherwise, it will take us down through lamentation. So that Krishna says that do not stay like that. Always chant. Mayanyena bhavena bhaktin kurvanti dudam. Matkrute chakta karmanaha chakta sujana bandhavaha. For my sake, they will leave out all of their activities. And even the Matkrute chakta swajana bandhavaha. Even their own family also they will leave. In such a way, what happens? Madhashriya katamrushtaha shrinvanti katayanti cha tapanti vividhastapa naitan madgata chetasaha. Because they are hearing my katha, madhashriya katamrushtaha shrinvanti katayanti cha tapanti vividhastapa naitan madgata chetasaha. Though my devotee will never go through these tapatriyas because he has surrendered to myself and he is hearing my katha. That katha is the proper diet, appropriate diet for the suffering patient. So we need to hear Krishna Katha chant all the times. If I have got to do it, some cooking, yes, we need to do it. And speak to the husband and family members, console them, yes, we have to do it. Swadharma Charanam Sekcha. We have to carry out those duties, Swadharma Charanam Sekcha, with full our endeavors. That is needed. We do not ignore any of those rules. But here, what is the fear? What other people may think that if I am with the doing chanting and all, that is thing, that is no more, that does not have no place in devotee's life. Aham mama abhiman uttaihi kamalo badibihi malaihi vitam yada manashuddham adukkam asukam samam. This is adukkam asukam samam equally. Coming out of that one. Aham mama. We are not the body. We are not for the sake of social, not for the sake of society. We are meant for self-realization. I'm part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes, we respect the society, but we are not for the society's sake. We respect the society and we do everything, but in Krishna conscious, not materialistically. We would think that, oh, what they would think about me. So that thing will take us down. That is Rag. Beat Raga Bhayakruada Manmayamam Upashitaha Bahojnana Tapasa Kota Madbhavam Agataha. Those statements we have to remember. But here, even being like that, we cannot bring down or bring the soul back to the body which is already destroyed or decomposed or burnt or buried. We cannot bring them. For what sake we do it? Of course, even whenever when Bhishma Dev has left his body, he has lamented for the Muhurta time because he has got that knowledge. Yes, we have to lament for them for a certain period, but not prolonged. It will take us our energy down. There is no duty for us. By lamenting is not a duty. It is illusion. So that's why chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the devotees association. Carry out the services, whatever the devotional services are allocated. That needs to be, we should not be failed. So that needs to be carried out. Okay, then if we think that I have got service, that is the highest priority. Then all other things will be taking secondary. Okay, so just a few things to add in the context, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, so beautifully explained. Yes, I'm wondering now, I'm wondering, like, yeah, is it because of what other people think? Is it because of something else? Like, I don't know the deep root cause of what is causing this thing, but yes, Prabhuji, yes, I'm understanding now slowly, and this will help me in further. This is an experience which I will be obviously this big experience for my life, and it will help me for future any of those kind of, and I should not fall off of just because of these small things, should not just fall off and not chant or divert my concentration towards just weird things, this materialistic things. Thank you, Prabhuji, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Mataji. So here again, devotees, everyone are coming nearer to the growing, the aging. Everyone is getting aged. That means our parents also getting aged. So that means in due course of time, everyone will have to go through our parents' health and health conditions. Here, I have seen many of parents, they have gone through such kind of things. Mainly if mother is in troubles, everyone, no one can tolerate that kind of love they might have with the mothers. So I see everyone is having that kind of thing. Okay, so there is no one is less. So everyone has got that kind of thing. So everyone in the middle age, their parents are also in that later ages. So that's why Krishna says also when one comes to the years of 50 years, starts to renounce from the materialistic activities, gradually enter into the Vanaprastha ashrama. Then we learn it. Generally, like the gap between parents and the children, it is around 30 years maximum, 25 to 30 years generally. So when we are in 50, they are in the 80s. So we learn to get a detachment to the bodies. And also digest those things. These things will come on when further being getting aged. This way we would see more and more. Many of beloved ones later on one particular time, even the friends, people who are living nearer to us. That one we have to digest so much of things. Okay, it is an experience. Yes. Thank you, Mataji, for those reflections. Okay, so
Hare
with that
Krishna
one, we are now.
Mataji. Sorry, Prabhu, just wanted to add something.
Yes,
My own personal experience I wanted to share with Mataji.
yes, Mataji.
Mataji, I was so attached to my mother. Even, she's been bedbound for 9 years now. I have seen her all these years of her sufferings. Initial stage, it was okay. She was walkable.
Palavat, Pindam Bhadatte, Gruhapalavat, you are eating like that. You are standing and eating depending on them. Such kind of life is not. Vidra chastises him that Gata He says that Gatadeham imam twadham virukta mukta bandhanaha avidhyata gatirjahya savai dhira udahurta. He is called dhira. Who understands that? Leave that premises immediately. So, because you are no more useful to anyone. Vidura instructs Dhritarashtra. And Huridu Krutva Harim Gehat. Savai Dhira Nar, he is called Narottamaha. And a person, Yah Swakat Paratova Jata Nirved Atmavan. And by his personal endeavor or learning from others, getting himself in transcendental situation or transcendent knowledge, then Hridi Kutva Harim Gehat, keeping Lord Krishna in the heart and then leave the home. He is called Narottama. And previously Vidura says he is Dhira. He is speaking to Dhritarashtra. You are just like that. You are no more useful to anyone. Your children are passed away. And your wealth, there is no one. You are just like eating in the home of Pandavas, whom you have previously scolded and then scolded. You have cheated them, you have taken their kingdom, you have insulted their wife in so many ways. But now you are depending on them only. It's likewise with the chastises. So here, Sukadeva Goswami mentions one has to always create, even the muhurta time, that is sufficient. You don't need to live for all the throughout the life, you just simply eating, mating, and defending, and then it is none. It is, he says that varam muhurtum viditam ghatate shreyasa yataha kim pramattaihi bahubihi hayinaiha. He says that one. What is the use of living so many Hayinaihiha varam muhurtum viditam ghatate shreyasa yataha. Just a muhurta time is sufficient. And then go back to home. But because we are attached to this material world, that's why we wanted to go to the hospital, still live longer. I wanted longer. I wanted to be on the ICUs. What they will, if we go to the hospital, they will try to get the money from us. That's all. They do it. It is their way of survival. That for that sake, they will do and tell consoling words to us. But here in reality, we do not have to go to the hospitals after certain age. That is no more useful to anyone. It will only give the more and more pain to everyone, to the person and also to the family members. Some people, they have lost their wealth by spending money for the hospitals for the people. So that it is very hard conditions. It is very hard to describe. But anyway, so we are in this material world. This is Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. It is meant only for suffering. Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. Okay, so let us not go deep into about it. We do not worry about anything. So here, asocha annusochastmu ghatasun aghatashumsha nanusochanti panditaha. So a learned person does not lament for the lived or not the dead. So that is Krishna here says. But live eternal soul is eternal. It will never die. It will never take birth. Only the bodies change. Bodies are getting changed. Okay, and instead Krishna encourages Arjuna that you need to be happy because they are renouncing the old bodies and they will get the fresh bodies, even if you think like that. So we need to be happy with that. They are going to get a new body, fresh body. Okay, so that is the Panditaha. Nana Sochanti Panditaha. Okay. Now we are at 53 past. We are a bit late. If you dear devotees, if you're all happy, and then we shall conclude our session with the Narasimha prayers. So problems will come. We need to simply tolerate it. Do not try to find a new solution because we cannot tolerate. That new solutions will bring more problems. Acharya says, for time being, wherever you are, if you are facing problems, simply tolerate. And then everything will pass. The problem will go away. Agamapayino anityaha tam titakshasva bharata. Okay, keeping Krishna in the center, always chant and be in the devotees association, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, follow the regulative principles. Okay, so can I request any volunteer devotees to lead the Narasimha praise? So we all follow behind. And also, can I request all before that, do 3 loud Hari Bols to Prabhavati Sri Mataji for kindly speaking for all of us.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari
Hari Bol.
Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Prabhupada ki jai. Amoga Prabhu ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. All devotees ki jai. Thank you, Ramlal Prabhuji, for your input. Hare
Sorry, at
Krishna.
that time I had a lot of pain. I could not complete it. Still now also I have pain. I wrote few points also. Sorry, I cannot talk. Yeah, I wrote few points also. Yeah, maybe, and now it's too late actually. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Maybe, okay, we will hear you next time, Prabhuji. So yeah, we can see the chat. That message is in the chat. Okay, so can I request, is Mrida Sachi Mataji available? If not, do not worry. Gauringi Mataji, would you like to do Narasimha prayers, Mataji, lead, and we all follow behind you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ugram Viram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatomudam Narsingham Visanam Bhadram Mrityur Mrityum Namamaham Sri Narsimha Jai Jai Narsimha Praladadisa Jai Padma Mukha Padma Vringa Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praladadadaine.
Praladadadayine.
Praladadadaine.
Praladadadayine.
Yanyakashipurvachahai.
Hiranyakashipu
Hiranyakashipu
Hiranyakashipurvachahai.
Hiranyakashipuurvaksha
Tilatankanakalae.
Tilatankanakalaye
Tilatankanakalae.
Tilatankanakalaye.
Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Ito
Ito
Narasimha
Narasimha Parato Narasimha.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narasimha.
Yato
Yeto Yami Tato Narasimha.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narasimha.
Yato
Yeto
Yami
Yami
Tato
Tato
Narasimha
Narasimha.
Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha.
Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha.
Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha.
बाहे
नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं
शरणं
प्रपद्ये
प्रपद्ये
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे
नरसिंहमतिं
नरसिंहमदिं
शरणं
शरणं
प्रपद्ये
प्रपद्ये
तव करकमलबरे नखम् अद्भुतसिंगां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपुर्तनुभृङ्गाम् केशवदेता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
तव
करकमलवरे
नखम्
नखम्
अद्भुतं
अद्भुतशृङ्गां
दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृङ्गा
हिरण्यकशिपुतनुबृङ्गम्
केशवदृता
केशवद्रीता
नरहरिरूपा
नरहरिरूपा
जय
जय
जगदीश
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 हरे जय
जय
जगदीश
जगदीश
हरे
हरे
जगदीश
जय
हरे
जगदीश
हरे
हरे
केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवद्रीता नरहरिरूपा जय
जय
जगदीश
जगदीश
हरे
हरे जय
जगदीश
जगदीश
हरे
हरे
जय
जगदीश
जगदीश
हरे
हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव
जय
जय
नरसिंहदेव
नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव
नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय
नरसिंहदेव जय
नरसिंहदेव
नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव
जय
नरसिंहदेव
नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव
नरसिंहदेव
नरसिंहदेव जय
नरसिंहदेव जय
नरसिंहदेव
नरसिंहदेव
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय
जय
प्रहलाद
प्रहलाद
महाराज
महाराज
प्रहलाद
प्रहलाद
महाराज
महाराज
प्रहलाद
प्रहलाद
महाराज
प्रहलाद
जय
महाराज जय
प्रहलाद
प्रहलाद
प्रहलाद महाराज
महाराज
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय
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 प्रभुपाद
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 जय
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 प्रभुपाद
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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय
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 प्रभुपाद
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 जय
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 प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
जय
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 गुरुदेव
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 जय
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 गुरुदेव
गुरुदेव
निताय गौर हरि बोल Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai
Nitai
Gaura
Gaura
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Hari
Bol,
Bol, Hari Bol,
Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
श्री नरसिंहदेव भगवान की
Jai,
प्रहलाद महाराज की
Jai,
जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Jai,
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
Jai,
आज की आनंद की
Jai.
निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari
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 Bol.
Bol.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So beautifully led maximum prayers. And thank you so much, all the devotees, kindly and nicely participating in this Sangha. I think today, so not only Gayatri Mataji's mother-in-law and also Usha Mataji's father-in-law also passed away. So there also, I think many devotees might have gone, I think, I'm just guessing only, to visit, like many of our devotees are close friends of Usha Mataji as well. Okay, so everyone are facing those challenges. Okay, keeping our prayers for all the people who are in the that hard times and keeping them in their hearts. So we shall conclude and we'll see you tomorrow morning in Japa session at 5:30. Okay, we shall conclude.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, will you do one's holy name for their
Yes,
for the soul departed?
yes, for all the souls departed so far. Yes.
Yes.
Hare Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्णा
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna, Krishna,
कृष्णा
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
हरे
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
Krishna,
कृष्णा
Krishna
Krishna,
कृष्णा
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
कृष्णा
Hare.
Hare,
हरे
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
हरे
Rama,
Ram
राम
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
राम
Hare
Hare
राम
Hare.
हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 कृष्ण
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
राम
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Rama,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
राम
Hare
Ram,
हरे
Rama,
राम
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
राम
Rama
राम
Hare
हरे
Rama,
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
हरे.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so see you tomorrow morning at 5:30. Okay,
Vancha
Vanchakalpatarubhya
जय
kalpatarubhyascha
Kripasindhubhya
kripa
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च
Vishanam
sindhubhyascha
Bhavadebhyo
Devi
Vaishnavebhyo
Paditanam
Namo
Bhavadebhyo
Namah.
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
Hare
Namah.
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः.
Jai Shri
Ananta Koti
Prabhupada
Vaishnava Vrinda
Ki
ki
Jai.
जय
Srila
जय
Prabhupada
हरि
ki
बोल.
Okay,
Hare
everyone.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare